Hi dear students and guys, I am Santosh here and today I am going to deliver the lecture number 9 on wastewater engineering and which deals with the noise pollution, and this is the part 2. So one must listen this lecture till the end to get ideas clear about this noise pollution. So let us start the lecture. What is the pollution? As discussed in short, pollution means any contamination of air, soil, water, and environment. Even loud noise and sound is also part of pollution. That is very important. One must know that even loud noise and sound is also part of pollution. Then, what is the noise pollution? Sound that is unwanted or disrupts one's quality of life is called as a noise. Disrupts one's quality of life is called as a noise. When there is a lot of noise in the environment, it is termed as a noise pollution. So lot of noise is the noise pollution. Sound becomes undesirable when it disturbs the normal activities such as working, sleeping, and during the another conversations. थोडक्यात काय नॉईज पोल्युशन म्हणजे काय? तुमच्या आवाजाचा व्हॉल्यूम किंवा आवाजाची तीव्रता जेव्हा वाढते आणि त्या आवाजाच्या तीव्रतेने इतरांना त्रास होतो, तुमचाच आवाज नाही, मशीनचा आवाज, रस्त्यावरील वाहनांचा आवाज किंवा इंडस्ट्रीजचा आवाज, एरोप्लेनचा आवाज किंवा डॉल्बीचा आवाज, मिरवणुकींचा आवाज, हे सगळे आवाज नॉईज पोल्युशन्स करत असतात. It is underrated environmental problem because of the fact that we can't see it, can't smell it, or can't taste it. So it is underrated environmental problem. So one must ask in objective type of examination which is underrated environmental problem, that is noise pollution. World Health Organization stated that noise must be recognized as a major threat to the human being. The World Health Organization, we termed it as a WHO, defines noise above 65 decibels as a noise pollution. So above 65 decibels is the noise pollution. Noise becomes harmful when it exceeds than 75 decibel. Decibel is the unit of measurement of noise or sound, and it is painful above 120 dB. In case of Dolby systems and other systems, it may exceed than 120 dB and it is very painful. As a consequences, it is recommended noise level should be kept below 65 decibel during the day, and it indicates that the restful sleep is impossible with nighttime ambient noise level in excess of 30 dB. Means in night time it should not be exceed than 30 dB, and in daytime it should not be exceed than 65 decibel. Okay. Then we are going to discuss the sources of noise pollution. Industrialization. One must know that industries have big machines which are capable of producing the noise, and that noise causes the noise pollution. Then poor urban planning. In most of the developing countries, poor urban planning also plays the vital role. Congested houses, large family sharing in small space, parking lots also, street noise, honking, commercial zone leads to noise pollution which disrupts the environment of the society. Then transportation, large number of vehicles on the roads, aeroplanes, then trains produces the heavy noise. The high noise leads to the situation wherein a normal person lose the ability to hear the properly. Normal person lose the ability to hear the properly. That is very important. Then agricultural machines also, tractors, then thrashers, harvesters, tube wells, power tillers, etc. have all made agricultural highly mechanical, but at the same time it is highly noisy. Then defense equipment and launching of the satellite. Then household chores. We people surrounded by gadgets and use them extensively in our daily life. These machines are like TV, mobile, mixer, grinder, pressure cooker, vacuum cleaner, washing machine, and dryers, coolers, air conditioners are all contributors to the amount of noise that is produced, and but many times it affects the quality of life of our neighborhood. So AC should not make noise in our house, but it creates the noise outside. That is very important, and it pollutes the surrounding. Then construction activities also, such as mining, construction of bridges, construction of roads, dams, stations, flyovers, takes place in almost every part of the world, and these construction activities have to be continued to meet the demand of ever increasing population, but it creates the noise pollution. So these are some figures which shows the causes of noise pollution. Motor vehicles on the road, we all know that. Then bursting of crackers in case of winning the matches or winning the elections, etc. This causes the noise pollution. TV at high volume, then लाऊडस्पीकर्स ॲट हाय व्हॉल्यूम, आपण मिरवणुकीच्या वेळी बघतोय डॉल्बी मोठ्याने लावतात आणि त्यामुळे नॉईस पोल्युशन होऊ शकतं. देन कन्स्ट्रक्शन ऑफ बिल्डिंग, द साऊंड ऑफ हेलिकॉप्टर्स, ऑल these photographs illustrates the causes of noise pollution. Then we are going to discuss the effect of noise pollution. There are two types of effects. One is the auditory effect and second is the non-auditory effects. Auditory effects, it includes the deafness or auditory fatigue. Deafness or impaired hearing. Prolonged exposure to the noise leads to the gradual deterioration of the internal ear and subsequently hearing loss or deafness. It may occur due to continuous exposure to the noise level more than 90 dB, means 90 decibels, and it may be temporary or permanent. Then auditory fatigue, it is defined as a temporary loss of hearing after exposure of sound, continuous humming sound such as whistling and buzzing in the ears. So that is auditory fatigue. Then non-auditory effects, these are irritation and annoyance. Noise sometimes leads to emotional disturbances and makes the people lose their temper. It can interfere with proper rest and sleep. Annoyance seems to increase with the loudness of the sound. That is very important. Then physiological effects. What are the physiological effects? It includes the dilation of the pupils, paling of skin, then tensing of the voluntary muscles, increase in the diastolic blood pressure, and sudden injection of the adrenalines into bloodstream, which increases the neuromuscular tension, then nervousness, then irritability and anxieties. It can adversely affect the development of the unborn babies. So these are the physiological effects. Then other health effects are noise is also associated with headache, then giddiness, then sweating, then nausea, fatigue, difficulty in breathing, and disturbed sleep pattern and psychological stress. So there are too many physiological effects or other health effects due to noise. Effect on the animals. Animals rely heavily on the sound to communicate, to find the food, avoid the predators, etc. Pets react more aggressively due to exposure of the constant noise. They become disoriented more easily and face many behavioral problems. So effect on the animals is behavioral problem there. Then effect on non-living things is breaking of window panes. That is very important. And cracks in the walls of building, that is also one important feature of that noise pollution. Then steps to control the noise pollution. We have to control this noise pollution by following measures. Control at the receiver's end means for the people working in the noisy installations or noisy environment, one can use the earplug or earmuffs or noise helmets also or headphones also. Then suppression of the noise at the source, that is very important. We have to suppress that sound at the source. How we can suppress it? By designing and fabricating and using quieter machines to replace the noisy one, proper lubrication and better maintenance of the machines, installation noisy machines in soundproof chambers, then covering the noise producing machine parts with sound absorbing materials to check the noise production, then reducing the noise produced from the vibrating machines by vibration, damping Damping means making a layer of damping material such as rubber, neoprene, cork or plastic beneath to the machine, and using the silencer to control the noise from the automobiles, ducts or exhausts. Then third one, to control the noise pollution is acoustic zoning. There should be silent zone near the residential areas, educational institutions, and above all near the hospitals. That is very important. Zoning of noisy industrial areas, bus terminals and railway stations, aerodromes, etc., away from the residential area or away from the city, and we have to increase the distance between the source and receiver. Then planting of trees. Green muffler scheme involves planting green trees and shrubs along the roads, hospitals, educational institutions to reduce the noise to a considerable extent. Trees like Ashoka, Neem, then tamarind means chins are good for this purpose. Then white noise. It is a special type of sound signal which is used to mask background sounds. White noise helps to mask out sounds which might otherwise prevent one from either falling asleep or waking up whilst asleep. So one must use that white noise also. Then legislative measures that are very important. Strict legislative measures needs to be enforced to curb the noise pollution. Noise standards should be strictly followed, and minimum use of loudspeakers, Dolbys and amplifiers, especially near the silent zones. That is very important. Then this is the table showing ambient air quality standards in respect of noise. One must study this in case of objective type of examinations. The area code is A, category of area is industrial area, and during daytime it is 75 dB noise, and during the night time it is 70 dB. For commercial area it is 65 and 55 dB. For residential area, that is 55 dB in daytime and 45 dB in night time. And for silent zone, that is 50 dB in daytime and 40 dB in night time. One must study all these figures for preparation of competitive type of examinations. Then thanking you, and for more details and notes you may please my new administrator Mr. Viresh. His phone number is here, or you can write me an email also. So thanking you and see you on the next time. Bye bye.